So Kakenya, you're the first girl in your village to go to college in the U.S. What motivated you to pursue education when all your friends were getting married?
When I was growing up as a young girl, my family or my mother was going through a lot of hardship. My father lived in the city and he came home once a year. And being the first girl in my family, I had to help my mom raise other siblings. We worked on the farm, we did everything together, and that was a hard life. I was betrothed when I was 5 years old to be married as soon as I get 13 years old. Um, for me, I knew that getting married was not an option because at that time I was just helping my mother and it was hard enough. And thinking about myself being 13 years old, raising kids all by myself and caring for a husband, I didn't want that. I admired my teachers who were teaching me, and I thought, they were wearing nice dresses and, shoes and for me that time I never thought teaching is a hard life as working in the farm. So I wanted to become a teacher. I knew that to become a teacher I had to go to high school and then go to college. So the hardship that, especially my father beating my mother most of the time, in the case of disciplining her, he would come sell our cows and use it for drinking. It was a hard life for my mom, and I knew that I wanted my way out of that, and getting an education was my way of achieving what I wanted.
And did you face any pressures from your father, other people in your family, because you were dedicated to schooling?
Oh, of course. I mean, already I was engaged. So in the community, I was considered, it's a pretty good thing to have a husband. And it's something that every girl longs for, and every father, every girl, every mother wants to see their daughters married. And for me, I was very lucky enough that I had a young man when I was 5 years old who was supposed to marry me when I was 13 years old. There was so much pressure because for us, when you get married, the family, there's a dowry. So that's a wealth to the family. So my father's, and I don't only belong to my father, my real father, but everybody in the community who is my father's age is my father. They're my uncles, and everybody never understood why I should continue with school while there is a husband that I am supposed to be married to. So there was a lot of pressure from that, and even from the girls, there was pressure from that because everybody wants to be married. Why don't you want to get married? And but I was focused on a different thing because I knew getting married is a hard life that I was not able to handle when I was 13 years old.
And during these times when you were making such unprecedented choices as a girl in a Maasai village, did you feel you had any allies, and who were they?
I think my greatest ally was my mother. She really understood because she was married young. She didn't continue with her education. And she knew that when she was in school, some of the boys that she was in school with some of them were member of parliament, some of them were driving nice cars, some of them were living a better life than she was living. And she said that if she had continued with her education, she would be living that life. And so she had tested, but she never gotten the actual fruits of education. She always told us as young girls in my house that she never wanted us to be like her. She wanted us to continue with education to the fullest. So she was the greatest ally I had, and I'm very thankful that I had a hardworking mother and a strong mom.
Yeah, so it sounds like, in fact, it is good to be a lot like her, even though she encouraged you to be different.
Oh yes, yes, yes. She is a tough lady. Everybody around here knows her as a tough lady. She's determined, and when she wants something, she will achieve it. Even though she didn't get high education, she knows that that's not the end of it. Her children should get an education.
After receiving your PhD in international education, you want to return here to Enisayan to strengthen the girls' school that you started and to find other ways of empowering girls in your home village. I'm curious what makes you want to come back home after spending so many years abroad.
My dream is to being a Maasai, not just a Maasai, but literally in Kenya. Um, People here really need me. When I come, I see a lot of, I mean, every day I have a girl, every day I have a mother, every day I have even men coming to me and asking for advice, asking for my help. And and I know that when I'm here, I'm around, I can be able to help them with the knowledge that I have, or with, especially with my school now. My girls really need me. There's a lot of things that I'm missing that I need to be present for them. Um, I know that it will be a challenge to physically live here every day, because sometimes I get really drained from talking to people and trying to help as much as I can. But I think I have a bigger part of being here as much as I can. But probably have a home away from here, because I'm married to a man who is from Central Province, and it's quite far from here. And traditionally, I'm supposed to live there and not here. I can't build a home in a north side. I'll always be coming to my mother's house. So I will be here. I will be devoted to do all the work that I can for this place. I'm also looking forward to raising other young women and ladies who become leaders here, so that I don't have to physically be here. But if I can raise leaders in the near future, I can do the work now, so that in the future I can go and live with my husband.
Wonderful. Well, the girls and all the people of Anasign are lucky to have you now and in the future.
Thank you. I'm excited to be part of it. This is my home. I love it.
Thank you, Kakenya.